Good morning. How many of you guys play sports? Now keep your hand raised if you've had a bad call from a ref or even have a ref cost you the game. All right, you can put your hands down. Now a lot of people may think this is just a high school problem. Well, that is completely incorrect. This was in the 2018 NFC Championship game. Corner Nikhil Robbie Coleman tried to play good coverage and absolutely trucked the Saints wide receiver with 2 minutes left of the game when they were having a game-winning drive. This cost Drew Brees possibly in his last season a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP. This was in the national championship game. This was one of many missed holding calls on both sides, but this was the most blatant one that was missed. This happens every day in baseball. A strike call that's easily 2-3 inches out of the zone, called a ball. But if we know that this is a solution, if we know that this is a problem, why don't we talk about it? This is the 3 strikes and my solutions to solve the riddle of referees. Strike 1, accountability. My solution to fix referees not being accountable is give professional and college referees small fines for every missed call. Not the close ones that make the game fun, but the blatant ones. I'm talking like the Saints one where he got trucked and it wasn't called. And I'm not talking massive fines, but small, $1,000, $2,000 fines. And when you hear their salary earlier, you realize why that's small. With an NFL ref, you have 6 to 7 per one. So how come calls like this in the 2020 NFC divisional playoff game between the Chiefs and Browns, where it's clearly targeting, not called, and change the complete outcome of the game? Now, the MLB, this is tougher because each ump has a different responsibility. The 3 base pass ump's job is a little bit easier than the home plate ump. So they should get fined for blatant miss, safe, or out calls. But baseball has the best way to keep them accountable. Now, behind the plate is a little bit different because you got the strikes and the balls, which are much harder to call when some pitchers are throwing 102, 103 miles per hour, which is why they shouldn't get fined unless it's 2-3 inches outside the zone or clearly a strike. And in basketball, it can be the same thing, and even in small sports like wrestling, lacrosse, and soccer. Strike 2. The current challenge system in most sports. Now, many people see a bad baseball call, they think of this, the AI strike zone, and how it should be used full-time. But in my opinion, this is a bad idea because it can ruin the fun of the game with close calls. Instead, we should focus on a challenge system with the managers where they can challenge balls and strikes calls, but not all game. Give them a limit number like 2 or 3. The scheme would be used in football. This can barely be thrown on anything because the current NFL challenge system doesn't let it happen. So they should be able to challenge anything, holdings, pass interferences, even offsides if they really think they missed that. But a lot of people think this is not, the old timers don't like the challenge system because it takes out the human error. Well, actually, I think it would add more fun and more human error to the game because a coach now can throw a challenge flag in what he thought was a holding call, and it was just a clean pancake block. Now, small sports like wrestling already use this, as you can challenge anything in wrestling during, whether it's the world trials or just a simple college dual meet. So maybe everybody should take this, and we wouldn't miss as many bad calls. Strike 3, commitment. I don't know if you guys know this, but professional and college refs are actually a part-time position, which is shocking knowing that they make $205,000 a year to work 20 to 25 hours a week. Most high schoolers like Jordan work 40 to 50 a week already. So why do we have our refs putting in less time than some high schoolers? In my opinion, refs should go full-time 8 months out of the year. I feel that if we do that, they could get trained more, they could get more in tune with the modern rules, and ultimately be more focused during the game. Now, this is only fit for the college and pros. Now, how would you implement training in high school? Well, every high school ref, in my opinion, should have to take a 2-week class every year on how to adjust to the new rules. Like in wrestling, this is the 2nd straight year where the rules have changed again, and yet refs have to do no classes, no anything for it. They're just already certified. And every 2 years, they should have to take a test to renew their reffing license in their chosen sport. Last thing I want to talk about is the referee shortage. There's 3 reasons I think that refs are not coming out anymore to do it. 1, pay is low. 2, some sports are even taxed on their pay. And 3, the passion is just dying out after high school. A varsity football ref only makes about less than $100. I'm pretty sure it's $75 a game. Now, that sounds like a lot for 3 hours of work, but when you consider dealing with players who cause a lot of problems on the field, coaches who are always in your ear, and even worse, the parents in the stands. We've heard it all at football games here. It's pretty stressful and could add a big toll on their mental health. In my opinion, they should make minimum $100 per game. Some are taxed, which if anyone has to file taxes, you should know that this can affect your income, your tax returns, and all of the above, and can really just mess up tax season for you if you have to include the $1,000 you made from reffing a football game or reffing a wrestling meet. So it's not the best. And then passion is something that I think out of high school people are losing because they don't get paid and they don't have an incentive to do it. So if we could take it off taxes and raise price, I think it can cause a great uptick in the referee amount and really help us get the good ones to stay and to be able to report the bad ones and get them out. To finish, I'd like to mention a personal story about how my brother made the state 2 years ago. First match, 30 seconds left, it's 6-4. He hits a beautiful switch to try to get his 2 points to force overtime. Locks in a Merkle, which is a wrestling move that you should get 2 points automatically from, and the ref doesn't call it. The coaches go up, try to question the call, and all they got from it was, it needs to be stretched, no 2. This was terrible, and ultimately caused Josh his momentum heading into his second match and further on in the tournament, as then he lost the second match in overtime, 4-2. So no matter what level, high school, college, or even the pros, officiating clearly has a problem. Now, it's easier said than done to fix this problem, as instituting everything I just said would take years. But I know that I can solve any issue we have in the sports world. So those are the 3 strikes and my solutions to them that could solve the riddle of referees. Thank you.